When Joseph was taken to Egypt, he was sold to Potiphar, an officer of Pharaoh and the captain of the guard. Despite his circumstances, Joseph remained faithful and diligent. His integrity and hard work earned him favor in Potiphar's household, and he was soon put in charge of all of Potiphar's affairs. However, Joseph's good looks caught the eye of Potiphar's wife, who attempted to seduce him. Joseph refused her advances, staying true to his morals and loyalty to Potiphar. Enraged by his rejection, Potiphar's wife falsely accused Joseph of trying to assault her, leading to his imprisonment. Even in prison, Joseph's character shone through. He was placed in charge of the other prisoners and became known for his ability to interpret dreams. Two of Pharaoh's officials, the chief cupbearer and the chief baker, were imprisoned and troubled by their dreams. Joseph interpreted their dreams, predicting that the cupbearer would be restored to his position while the baker would be executed. These interpretations came to pass exactly as Joseph had foretold. 2 years later, Pharaoh himself had two troubling dreams. One of 7 fat cows being devoured by 7 thin cows and another of 7 healthy ears of grain being swallowed by 7 thin, blighted ears. None of Pharaoh's wise men could interpret these dreams, but the cupbearer remembered Joseph and recommended him to Pharaoh. Joseph was brought before Pharaoh, and he interpreted the dreams as a divine warning that Egypt would experience 7 years of abundance followed by 7 years of severe famine. He advised Pharaoh to store surplus grain during the years of plenty to prepare for the coming famine. Impressed by Joseph's wisdom and insight, Pharaoh appointed him as the governor of Egypt, second only to Pharaoh himself. Joseph implemented a system for collecting and storing grain during the 7 years of abundance. When the famine struck, not only Egypt but the entire region suffered. Because of Joseph's foresight, Egypt had enough food to sustain itself and sell to neighboring countries. The famine eventually reached Canaan, where Joseph's family lived. Jacob sent his sons to Egypt to buy grain. They appeared before Joseph, but they did not recognize him. Joseph, however, recognized his brothers but did not reveal his identity immediately. Instead, he tested their character to see if they had changed. After several encounters and a series of tests, including accusing them of being spies and framing his youngest brother, Benjamin, for theft, Joseph was convinced of their repentance. Unable to contain his emotions any longer, Joseph revealed his identity to his brothers, saying, "I am Joseph. Is my father still alive?" His brothers were stunned and terrified, fearing retribution. But Joseph reassured them, explaining that what they intended for harm, God had used for good to save many lives. He forgave them and invited the entire family to live in Egypt, where they were given the fertile land of Goshen.